Kids with disabilities in Tanzania still don't have a lot of worth placed on them.
Children in Tanzania suffer greatly when it comes to the treatment of acquired and congenital deformities. They are often scarred physically and mentally by the trauma of their abnormalities.
The Plaster House as a building and the Plaster House as a program acts to change that perception, that it's worthwhile to treat the children, that it's worthwhile to correct their disability, that it's worthwhile to put them front and centre in the family, to feed them well, to talk about them, to expose them to a life that they wouldn't otherwise have.
The Plaster House in Arusha, Tanzania, is a caring home for children who need corrective surgery.
The Plaster House itself is important because we're providing the education to identify these kids, and we're just getting to and treating them.
Twice a year, a dedicated team of plastic surgeons, led by Dr. Bill Brown, join the nurses and doctors at the Arusha Lutheran Medical Centre. They donate their time, skills and resources, performing reconstructive surgeries on hundreds of children. Families bring their children to the open clinic. They are examined and assessed by the surgical team.
So they have this clinic on Saturday. They look at them anaesthetically as well to make sure they're going to be healthy and strong enough for surgery. Then we start doing the surgery at 8 o'clock on Monday morning. So in that 4.5 days that follow, we do surgery on these 80 or 90 cases that have presented for corrective surgery.
Children are brought to the clinic with a variety of operable disorders and disabilities. From cleft lips and palates to burn scar contractures, surgeries are performed to restore children's lives. Babies born with cleft lips and palates will not be able to feed normally. This compromises the nurturing bond between mother and child.
It's also very difficult for mama to bond with the baby if the baby's got a burst open mouth. So they will fix the mouths of children as young as a month old or 6 weeks old.
A simple operation to reconstruct the gaps in both lips and palates will enable a child to feed normally and therefore develop normally. A child will be able to drink milk for the first time within a few hours after surgery. A mother will be able to feel her worth as she watches her child feed and grow.
The surgeries that happen when the plastic surgeons are here are life-changing. To see a child with a wide open mouth, the next day to have a closed mouth and to be feeding normally is incredible. Watching the mother's relationship with that child change is very humbling.
Namanyani is one of the few children in the Plaster House program with acute burns and contractures caused by her clothes catching alight.
She's one of the most stoic and strong kids that I think I've ever seen through the program. She is just quite a remarkable young kid.
Children with burn scars are common in Tanzania. Cooking fires are often placed on the ground inside the home, creating a hazardous environment for the curious toddler. Burns caused by fire or hot liquid are rarely treated in hospitals. Burns will heal, but the skin surrounding the burnt area contracts, leaving the child deformed and often immobilized by contractures. The surgeons operate on Namanyani each time they come to Tanzania.
A child who comes in and can't carry a bucket of water by themselves because their arms are contracted up because of burn scars, then being able to go home and be a functional member of society, it makes a huge difference.
The surgical team will operate on children, releasing the scarred tissue with contracture release and repairing the area with skin grafts. Within a few months, these children will be able to play again. Contracture release restores motion to the scarred area. Children stay at the Plaster House after their surgeries. They receive daily care and education from the Plaster House family. Many children arrive at the Plaster House damaged and traumatized by their deformities.
They're so damaged when they come in that in some ways what is happening in their lives at the time that we're in there is the most life-changing thing.
The Plaster House is a nurturing home, restoring faith and life to children in Tanzania.